Now, this is just something I've learned from my life experience is whenever you're around people who speak a different language than you, they at least just this is just my experience, but they always try to teach me the slang of that language. And I'm sure that Japanese has some slang to it. Is there any Japanese slang that you've picked up on over just reading chat? I'm sure there has to be, dude. There's got to be people typing something in chat.
Yeah,
That's just
no,
slang.
100%. Oh, thinking of one like on the spot is
By
kind of
slang,
hard.
I usually mean curse words. Usually you learn
Yeah.
usually you learn the curse words
So,
first.
throughout my chat, of course, I picked up I'd say like a pretty trolly chat, and I love them for that. And you'd expect I was it's in the internet forever. And every time I meet new people in Japan, they always show it to them, like a clip of me saying in English, you know, you say it when you rage. But in Japan, it's kind of something you don't. It's kind of like a bigger deal in Japan. And so, I was just watching a video in Japan, or not watching a video, and I was looking at chat, and this guy is just like, "Dude, shut up!" I was like, I said his name. I said his name, and at the time I did not know what that name meant. So I just said, "Shut up," and then his name. Um, and and that is the start of an internet tattoo of me saying "Shut up, stupid pussy" in Japanese. And yeah, they just show that. They just show that to everyone I play with, I collab with, and I'm surprised they haven't like get me off their friend list. Like,
Yeah, you
yeah.
gotta love it. You mentioned earlier that the difference between NA and Japanese viewers is Japanese really just want to see someone who's good. I feel like NA is like a mixture of they want to see like a shit ton of personality and all this other stuff, effects, whatever it may be. Is there anything else that kind of stands out about Japanese viewers over NA other than just the fact that they just want to see you be good? Is there any other thing that's kind of
Um.
interesting about them?
Yeah. So, um, I got really lucky. Like, I already got lucky with matching, but like with the viewers that I was able to gather, they're they're not viewers from Apex. Like, they're viewers from a streamer who I played Apex with, and that streamer plays like a lot of video games, and he just does a lot of things like IRL stuff, YouTube, and like, so those viewers are already accustomed to not just one video game. And so what I'm really fortunate about is like, they would like watch me play anything, and watch me do anything, pretty much cook, go outside, play other games. And I think that's pretty like rare in my opinion, especially if you're like known for like a video game, or like say you're known for Apex and you switch to like a different game. Of course, you're like a big dip on your viewership. And I don't actually sometimes have more viewers doing like IRL stuff or like other video games than Apex, which is, I think it's like one of the coolest things. They did just watch you do like anything, pretty much.
You said you were thinking about wanting to get back into comp. Obviously, the visa situation is tough because if you guys were to pop off, you'd probably have to stay back at least for right now, until hopefully that situation got figured out. As far as like comp goes, how serious are you about getting back into it? Because it seems like you got a good thing going with the stream right now. Learning the language, doing all that. Do you think that might throw too much onto your plate, or you feel like you're ready for it right now?
um I actually was talking to someone about it. They were like, they told me that it's so obvious that you're not 100% going back into comp. And I'm like, is it that obvious that I'm just kind of like, I guess, stalling right now, since I'm like waiting for my situation to get figured out? Like, is it that obvious that I'm stalling? And so the person was like, just commit, like, just commit this year, and whatever the result is, go do your Japan thing next year. You know, you have the all the time in the world right now, and you shouldn't rush into it. And so like after that, I was like, okay, you know, you're right. Like I am just stalling, and um, I did say I was going back into comp, but like I've been like just just I've been just stalling and trying to see where it takes me, and I think I'm gonna take a more serious approach into it, and um I like thing with right now is since it's the downtime of like you know, the tournaments and stuff, a lot of people that are that I would want to play with are like still not sure if they want to get into like a committed team, and like I think I am going to finally like commit like my all for like one last time into comp. I change my schedule for it. I'd attend like all the scrims, and I'd give it my best for one last time, and I think I'd call it there and commit to my whole quantum creation thing like after that.
Okay, so we're looking for a team right now. We're looking for people who are committed and need somebody on their squad. I think this would be a great opportunity to start talking about yourself as a player, as a pro player a little bit. Give you a nice little interview here. What is your best attribute that you could contribute to a team trying to eventually win, you know, the whole damn thing?
Yeah, so before I've always been seen as like this guy that's gonna beam everyone as like the fragger, I guess. And so as time goes on, you know, people improved in Apex more, like the whole meta shifted from when I was a pro to up until now. And I actually hate mentioning this like already, like the whole controller thing. I don't even talk about it. Like um I think it's just an overly talked about like thing, and it's like I think I've already accepted the fact that a good controller player will be better than me, if they want to be a fragger, if I want to be a fragger, and if I'd want to be a fragger, I think I'd have to be like insane. Like my aim is flawless, like flawlessly good, and I've already concluded that like throughout my career and my recent like I guess more journey into my like myself, I think I'd love to be a support more than the person who shines in the squad, you know, like I'd support that guy that wants to push everyone, and like just he knows I have his back. I think I'm really good at like observing what my teammates are doing, um, and like playing off of them, and like offering them that support and making sure it's like, oh, some like making sure they don't get pushed on the left side if they're trying to push like on a certain like angle, making sure we don't get flanked, and like all those support role I think I'm willing to take on and accept the fact that I think support is my role.
It's kind of wild because that was like it's pretty much the complete opposite of whenever you left, right? So
Yeah.
like where you were like, I'm just full sending, I'm just better mechanically, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna beam this person and kill them. Well,
Yeah.
now it's kind of shifted to where you know the roller has is now upon us type of deal. But
Mhm.
I think you have a really solid mindset, and what you mentioned that you said you're really good at like observing, and I think if you look at the best supports that are in the like pro league right now, if you think like reps are fun, like those players are mechanically very very strong, but they do fill that role of support super well. And so I think you have the mechanical skill for it, and you said that you obviously have the mindset for it. Now it's just kind of putting it into practice. It
Mhm.
is a I think you nailed it on the head. It's a kind of a weird time right now because we're waiting for champs to happen, and then I think a lot of roster turnover is going to happen, and then that's whenever you're going to be able to kind of have those tryouts and those things. So
Mhm. Yeah.
I I mean, we're excited for you. I it's going to be nice to see your name back in comp again is what I'm saying. Does I mean there's I don't I mean, just from the amount of plays that you've done in your past, I'm just so excited to be able to watch you in this new role. But dude, I'm pretty excited. We do this segment called Double Tap, and so I'm going to say 5 either questions or statements.
Before you get into this,
say that again.
Can I ask one more comp related question?
100%.
So I know at one point there was a possibility of you teaming with Prodigy Aces and Goat. Is there any chance that team happens? Because I'm gonna just say I think that team would be super fun to watch.
Prod and Goat, huh? Yeah, like, so that is a very interesting question indeed. There was a time where me and Prod and Goat would have been the squad for the ALGS, and we'd be trying to create like something. But like, I think we were all at just like a different, honestly, it's like a different mindset at that time. Because I think with Prod too, I don't know. I don't really talk to Prod that much. Maybe he has his own stuff going, but like, that man slept, man. That man slept. And you go too, man. Go attended an interview. It's like it was a lot of like shambles thing, and like I wouldn't completely I guess remove that out of the equation. But for now it is not looking bright.
Options wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
My grandpa would always say it's always about your options. And so
exactly.
Yours are open. I got you. All right, Fen, my bad.
No, you're good. So we're going to move into a portion that we've kind of been doing on the show. It's called Double Tap. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 5 statements or a question, and then you just reply with like 1-word answers or 2-word answers, depending on if you can. And we'll try and go as quickly as possible.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm so bad with this. Yeah.
No, I guarantee you're going to nail it. All right, you ready? Number 1. Which language is more fun to say, Japanese or English?
Japanese.
Number 2, your favorite anime?
Haikyuu.
Number 3, hardest part about ALGS?
Zone rotations.
Number 4, Pathfinder.
Grapple.
Number 5, favorite memory when playing competitive Apex?
Hitting a 1v3 with a Kraber on a dome fight.
Oh, I remember that so vividly, dude. That was insane. Bro, it's like that's the type of stuff that I'm really excited to see again, you know? Like, and you know that you can pull it back, you know, you can pull that off. So I'm just like, I'm ready to see it. I'm just ready.